Because the one quiet mood tonight. I don't know why different time I'm calling up first. Liberals! Liberals!
Congress of St.eliz, are you ready? I am persuaded. I am convinced. I believe that when it is called, the People's National Party will be in government. Every parish meeting so far, Vincent. Well, every parish meeting so far.
My colleague, called White Council. My other colleagues I know sit down the wellness down there. Other councillors, former councillors that are here. Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Minister Franklin Witter, the South-East Sector.
And I want all of this to count in the ballot boxes. I wouldn't want all of this niceness. I wouldn't want all of this big crowd to come up short. I want everybody here. Lord, how do you know that? You're going to man when they send down to challenge one thing. And the first that I call them, and my come when them in a get up on division. They just hang up the phone on him because they don't have the numbers. We have the numbers and it must show. The next speaker is a man who not afraid to burn the fire upon them.
As a churchman, the good herbs and who and this and you. You are fighting drought. You are watching your produce rot while importers are getting rich off of foreign crops. That is wickedness. That is betrayal. And that must end. And the truth is, St.eliz, that this government and the Minister of Agriculture have abandoned St.eliz and time come for a change. Justice for our farmers. We're going to demand a better life for our farmers. That when you plow your land, you plow it with dignity. So comrades, we will cut the food in the next 5 years. We are going to invest never been.
Sandy shop. This is it. He died. But this is the wife is still running it. Sandy. This is the shop. Sandy.
So one message for the lady.
Me not too want you sit down yet. I want to show them the winning team for St. Elizabeth. Look at the winning team, St. Elizabeth. 4 love, 4 love, 4 love. A long time ready for the road. Them things that they can't tire we out in a market gym. But them don't know say the PNP stamina, the blood and fire comrades. We are ready to take back
National Party, and all other comrades on the platform. Good night, St.eliz. My brothers and sisters of my Western St. Elizabeth, are you to work with our taximen and our bus drivers to ensure that our children are safe. They will get the grant that they need to subsidize the bus fare, because we know our struggles. And let me head into the money-making part, agriculture. I have been talking and fighting for years, long before I came into politics, that when it comes to our farmers must get what they need. We cannot be giving only the farmers who support the Jamaica Labour Party fertilizer and seed and the technical service. Every single farmer in Northwestern St. Elizabeth, male, female, youth, ganja farmer, seed potato farmer, all the farmers in Grammy, every single farmer will get the service that they need. Let me tell you something. The Prime Minister came through and the people said water. And imagine, there's an MP in Northwestern St. Elizabeth for nearly 30 years. And his Prime Minister come down here to realize that the people need water. The people in Quokka, you shall get your water. The people in Blackstone, you shall get your water. The people in Crosby's, in Middlesex, you shall get your water. The people in Accompton Town, you shall get your water. The people in Pakistan, you shall get your water. Because guess what? We have water all over Northwestern St. Elizabeth, and you shall get your water.
To agriculture, no more of them buying salad from overseas when they can come right here to get the good tomato, the good onion, the good carrot. We are going to mandate that they buy directly from local farmers. That's policy and not charity. We're ensuring that our farmers are protected. Now, comrades, hear me good. Because I will leave a time we tour the farm that long here. And the farmers in St. Elizabeth don't want pity. They want joy. country on the path of prosperity. We have seen record decrease in crime. We have economic stability. Our agricultural sector under your Member of Parliament and the Member of Parliament for the adjoining constituency of Southeast St.eliz, those two men have been moving the agricultural sector forward. You have a leader who is a visionary. You have that leader that you have turned into the Prime Minister of this country, who has led us over the last 9 years, labor rights, to prosperity. But labor rights have been made the sacrifices over the last 9 years. And we are seeing the fruits of our labor. We cannot, labor rights, make the mistake of turning back. The last time we saw Jamaica in such a position was under Edward Seaga. And the people of Jamaica made the mistake of voting in the PNP. And it took us some 9 years, after 18.5 years of suffering, to bring us back to this juncture where we have hope. Labor rights, we now must move beyond politics. We must now look to future generations. We have to now plan labor rights to ensure that we secure the future for our children and grandchildren. And that is why labor rights, we cannot turn back. We must choose JLP. We must choose Jamaica. If you look around us, labor rights, you see some people running around. But they don't have any plans. All they do is get up and oppose. They don't oppose anything that is good for the people of Jamaica because they want power. We cannot give people power who don't know how to deal with power, who cannot move us forward as a people. Southwest St.eliz, you have given us a good representative in Parliament. We are asking you to continue to support your Member of Parliament. And I have no doubt, Southwest, that you will. Because I am associated with this constituency to the extent that I know what is happening. I can tell the flight. I am proud of you as a young man. You have done well. You have started the journey, but you have much more to do. And the only way we can complete the task is to ensure that we send back Floyd Green to Parliament to represent the people of Southwest St.eliz. Our leader. We are blessed to have a leader who believes in Jamaica. Our leader is not about the hype. It's not about talking. Our leader is about action and putting the people first. We have seen that over the last 9 years. And I'm sure labor rights, that when he comes and speaks, he's going to expound us as to what is going to come. Labor rights of Southwest St.eliz. I want to say on behalf of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Oh, I tell you, I wouldn't mind me hearing call it a morning. I wouldn't mind me hearing call it right now. I wouldn't mind a breaking news saying call the election. The next speaker is a man from St. Elizabeth who will learn to Spanish Town, St. Catherine. We'll let him and him forward back to make sure say, we get 4 out of 4 in St. Elizabeth. The man who will take us back to the days of Daddy D. The man who will work on what Richard Parchment did. The next general for Southeast St. Elizabeth. No man, no Comrade Party Leader and the next Prime Minister. Anytime them call. Comrade General Secretary. And I have to pick up my other colleague candidates for St.eliz because we're going to make it 4-0. Comrade Scarlett, Comrade Jess, and Comrade Miranda, respectfully. Respect to all the comrades on the platform. But you know tonight, comrades, you see when I come sit down on the platform and I look outside, I say yes, St.eliz ready. St.eliz ready. No matter what them come with, no matter what them try, it's gonna be a 4-love in a St.eliz. I sit up here and I look down here, and when I look I say young smarty, old smarty, middle-aged smarty, all different ages of person. It tells me that the vibes in St.eliz is right. Comrades, we have some work to do still. Because I have a man that I am up against. And comrades, he's been there 9 going 10 years. And when we drive through the constituency and ask the farmers, what has this man done for you lately? They say nothing. All I say, comrades, is that the comrades who are farmers and who are part of the irrigation system, they say when they pay their monies, comrades, to get the truck, comrade leader and comrade general secretary, the spokesman, the comrades, the farmers in Southeast St.eliz tells me that when they pay their money, they have to pay it in advance. Sometimes 3-4 months in advance to get the water. And when the time comes to get it, no water can come. What can go so, comrades? Tell me. They need to answer to these questions. Why is it the farmers who pay their money in months in advance cannot get the water that they pay for? But I tell you something, comrades. We're still going to have the truck when Comrade Mark Golden turned the Prime Minister. We're still going to have the truck. But we have a man over here, Comrade Ian Hills, who has dug up all the plans that was done from Daddy B days and Comrade Buchanan days and comrades from up northwest, all of those comrades, they have the plan. And he tells me, comrade, that all he's going to do is going to implement them. So farmers, don't worry yourself. All you need to do is come election day, go out and make Scotty, Miranda, Jess, and Scarlett become the next member of Parliament. Because one thing we're sure that Marky G is going to take over Jamaica House. There's no question about that. There's no ifs about
the people of Southwest St.eliz, Southeast. Don't worry yourself, because I have a plan for the constituency. I have a plan to work with the youth. I have a plan to make sure that all the training centers that them locked down, the one round of Bonavesta, that's a comrade leader, anytime you tour again, I'm going to carry you around here, make you see what kind of system that was being done in Southeast St.eliz when them man have turned back. Them have one of the most up-to-date community center. When I look at the generator that them have around here, it can run almost a whole around us. And if they have idling. Well, I want to tell the citizens of Bonavesta and its community and surrounding, have no fear, because Scott is here. Scott is here.
Victory for the People's National Party. shoulders of 10,000. And so though my time is limited tonight, I have to pause to acknowledge some giants who have loaned me their shoulders. I want to acknowledge Councillor Everton Fisher from the that within the first 90 days of becoming your next member of parliament, I will be setting up a special welfare fund, and I will put $2 million of my personal money to start the fund. Just win, Northeast have to win. Me and make sure that we take it out of the front.
Take him way out. The next speaker. Oh my goodness. What it will be for us to have 22 women in parliament. The next speaker. The next speaker. Can I be a chatting chat. We're gonna bring a queen, the darling of Southwest, St. Elizabeth. The real doctor, the real doctor, the real doctor. Comrade, Dr. Marina Wilmington, Southwest, Southwest.
Black River has turned orange, my party president. Comrade warriors, comrade foot soldiers, comrades who are ready for the battle to fight for victory for the People's National Party. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the constituency of Southwestern St. Elizabeth. To my General Secretary, I am proud, along with all my fellow candidates here, welcome to the future People's National Party constituency for the People's National Party. Tonight, and I wrote some things when I got here because I'm a little filled with emotions. It has been a rough road. It has been a mighty long road, but one thing may I be telling you in a Southwest, it's better to have a nanny in Parliament fighting for you than a Alibaba and a party. This evening, when I touched down Parshot Hill Road, I'm see the bikers them in them orange gear. I'm a roll going at the Well Square. I'm a head crossing a Watchwell. I'm a touchdown in a mountainside square. And then we turn left and head towards Square Road. I'm a buck up in a snipe. I'm a buck up in a parakeet. Party leader, River, This is your moment. This is the movement that our party presidents have foreseen. This is the time for change. I didn't come here tonight just as your candidate. I came here tonight as one of you. 13 years. And I've sat with your children. I've walked your roads. I've played in your streets as a child. And I've listened to your stories. And I want to tell you, I know your struggles because I've been there with you. I know the strength, and more importantly, I believe in this constituency. I believe in Southwest. And I believe that this place is a promise. It is a promise of what we can do together. Because when you take ownership of your future, I know that I can boldly say that you, the people of Southwest, deserves more. And we are ready and willing to work for it. And that is what we've been doing. Southwest St. Elizabeth, and St. Elizabeth on a whole, you raised me, and now it is my time to raise you up. I want to give back to the communities that have nurtured me, to fight for the people who have supported me, to ensure that together we can build a stronger future in Southwest St. Elizabeth. As a daughter of the soil and as a farmer's daughter, I have tilled the soil with my parents, my mother and my father. And I know what it is to be a farmer under separation in this constituency. This campaign is not just about getting elected. It's about inspiring hope again in this constituency. It's about building the economic viability of this constituency. Once upon a time, we were a force to be reckoned with in farming, in fishing, in tourism, and in business. And now we are at the back of the line, and we are at the back of the class in our education in our Southwest St. Elizabeth. I want to tell you again that I am here to make solutions, not to complain, because I don't have nowhere to go. Right back across road in a back bush. And everybody has to know my yard. Everybody in a Southwest know where we live and born and grow up. I didn't come here and buy a house. I came here and built communities. Apart from my constituency development plans, the first idea is to have a startup fund. And it is the idea because this fund will allow you to give life to the plans that you have in your mind. I know many of you are budding entrepreneurs but have never had the opportunity for somebody to invest in you. When I become your next member of parliament, a part of my constituency development fund will be used as a startup plan to help you to realize your dream in a business that you want to start. This plan, this business startup plan is to empower you to make a difference in Southwest. No longer will we migrate our people and our expertise, but to build back communities. And so let me be clear to the people of Southwest. I am here to fight for you, despite what they want to say about me. I will not stop fight, because I will be fighting for you to get water in your pipes. Water must flow, and no longer should your water have color in Southwest. of thing. And I cut off picnic ribbon, all sort of things. About how them a start expansion. And I know them the talk say I've done it, but bring irrigation more if you're gonna expand it, brother, you got to talk who first claim it, brother. Because we are giving rights to people who initiate things. We don't disrespect we pass. Because you won't have any future in Southwest St. Elizabeth. Places like Flagaman, Congo Hole, Windad, and Slide need water in the pipe. And our farmers can't grow if the land is dry. I'm hear one bag of talk about trucking water. Every single year, Southwest suffers from drought. Every single year, we have to put in a drought mitigation plan in this constituency. Not just long term, but medium term. Because we know drought is coming. So under my leadership, we will prepare better for you when the drought season comes. Comrades, tonight, I will be relentless. I won't stop. Because everybody in our Southwest depend on agriculture. And agriculture is our backbone. Let's strengthen our farmers. What I'm saying to you, I'm focused on working on agriculture and looking at niche crop productions. Comrades, under People's National Party government, we will create a $9 billion agricultural fund under the leadership of your next agriculture minister. This agricultural fund will give life to areas that we have to be competitive. I want to say to Jamaica, if the Jamaica Labour Party and this government was serious about helping Southwest, you wouldn't cripple the farmers with a high level of importation that is affecting the farmers of this country. Comrades, everywhere on the south, them a import onion, them a import tomato, them a import sweet pepper. And now recently, I hear that joining the long line of importation is the good old sensimania.
Boy, you're looking good. The last time the Prime Minister was here, I told him that was just the warm-up. Now, Prime Minister, we start with engine and we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. When you see the outpouring of love and support on the road today, when you see how Labourites have come out to represent for their party and their government, everywhere we go, when you hear people are say, Floyd Green again. And the reality, people are saying that because we do the work. We work in and out a season. We don't wait for any particular time to do the work. You know, today, as we drove around with the Prime Minister, I look back on when we just started this journey. And if we had taken that route 10 years ago, bad road would have killed me. We drive from Newell, a Floyd Green didn't fix that. We drive from Lewistown, a Floyd Green didn't fix that. We drive a Billy's beer, a flying green, we fix that. We drive a Treasure Beach, a flying green, we fix that. If we didn't go and great beer, a flying green, fix that. And me hear them start complain, because them don't understand. We don't stop work. So them did run up and down and talk about, look how watch well bad, look how watch well bad. Well, tell them, flying green, fix that now. And we have some more work to do. So I can tell you Peter Cross to Southfield, we're going to fix that. I can tell you Bluntons, we're going to fix that. Peter Cross to Station, we're going to fix that. Newcomb Valley, we're going to fix that. We are here to do the work. So when I hear them talk sometimes, I just appreciate my head. Me hear them talk about irrigation. And God knows every time me hear them talk about irrigation, it pains my heart. Because all they can say is what they are going to do. But I ask them, what did you do? When we came to Southwest, the National Irrigation Commission never even have one truck that was working to serve the farmers. Since we have been there, we have purchased 5 trucks for the National Irrigation Commission to help farmers now in the time of drought. And then today, me see them get worried about today. Because in their mind, like them never know that today would come to pass. Today we broke ground for the biggest irrigation scheme in the Caribbean. We will spend $26 billion to bring water to all of Southwest.
And so tonight I stand here not to make a promise, but to give you my solemn commitment that as your next member of parliament, that special welfare fund to accommodate and facilitate your needs will be in place so that you can benefit. Medication can start by, roof and housing can start, get little fix up, groceries can buy, so that people can feel the blessing of the people. Comrades, there isn't a night that I go to my bed when me not think about my family in the Northeast. Me think about the young woman in Goshen who's still living at the chicken coop because from Barry mash up the house. She can't get no help. She go to the MP office. She can't get no help. Because you have a PNP government in waiting, I am happy to tell you tonight that out of the 50,000 houses that the PNP will build, Northeast St.eliz must get 500. Comrades, there has been a lot of talking over the last few days about boss. But one thing me have to tell you, say, I have a boss for you. Because as your next member of parliament, me a boss you upon the farmer program.
Sophia Fraser Bates, Shadow Minister of Environment and Ecological Heritage. Comrades of St. Elizabeth, make some noise, wave the flags, and welcome our comrade, Senator Sophia Fraser Bates.
Comrades! Comrade leader, our president, and next Prime Minister of Jamaica, Juan Martin G. The General Secretary, Comrade Dayton. Comrades from the hills of Southfield to the coast of Treasure Beach, from Malvern to Junction, from Santa Cruz, Bala, Giddy Hall and Black River, the word is love. Comrades, this is the parish that feeds the nation, and you have served us well. But comrades, you face a serious threat, and that is to the land which gives us life and our water. Comrades, tonight I am here not just to speak politics, but to speak purpose. I speak, comrades, of something that affects every man, woman, boy, girl, rich, poor, urban, rural. I speak of our environment. Tonight, comrades, I want to talk to the family in Comapen who have to stretch a bucket of water to serve the household. I want to talk to the farmer in Malvern who just lost half of his crops because of too much rain or no rain at all. I want to talk to the young mother in Banbury Hall who's worried about her baby inhaling smoke because of the dump that has caught fire again. Comrades, tonight we are here because we know that you have had enough. We know, comrades, that you in St. Elizabeth are fed up and tired, and we know that you deserve better. We believe, comrades, that a change is going to come for St. Elizabeth and Jamaica. The challenges that you face are real, comrades. The effects on the environment are real. When the farmers in Pressure Plains complain about they have no water, when there is garbage in your gullies, when trees are cut down, when smoke and the burn is affecting the air, we know, comrades, that people suffer. When the flood mash up the road like in Newmarket, when the sun burns the crops in Moonsalve and Ballard's Valley, when we have sea level rise coming Miranda in Great Bay, we know our people suffer.
And I will talk about it a little bit because I want you all to understand. You know, this thing of politics should be a sort of relay where you do some work and maybe somebody else come in and do work. But what we have seen in our history is that the Labour Party do work, and anytime them come in, they not do no work. They drop the baton. We have to start over again. And me hear them talk about how long it takes. When we went to the Ministry of Agriculture and we said to them, we have been talking about bringing water from the Black River since 1970. Show me the plan. Show me the study. Show me what documents you have that we can use to start bringing the water. There was absolutely none. We had to do the feasibility study. We had to do the environmental impact. We had to do the demand study. We had to do the cadastral maps to reach to a place where we can say this year pipes will start being laid for the Peter Plate irrigation scheme. And how the Labour Party operate. We don't do half a project. If we are doing the project, we do it good. So if you never hear the people them who the pipe are going to run through them land, who don't have title, they are going to get titles free of cost from this government, over 1,000 titles. So they can't talk about irrigation. Them can't talk about farm road. Because I have been searching for one farm road that they did in Southwest St. Elizabeth. Who don't show me one? Who don't know any? In a flagaman alone, me can show you 5 farm road where fly green do. In this constituency, in this area. So how they must talk about agriculture? When we started this journey, I'm sure Prime Minister will remember, when we came here, Sandy talk about how flagaman used to plant onion. And you know say flagaman did have to stop plant onion. And we put together an onion program. And I can tell you now, St. Elizabeth is the second biggest onion producing parish in Jamaica through the work of the Ministry of Agriculture. So, them can't talk to it about agriculture. But because them don't have nothing to say, they don't have any ideas, they don't have any plans, all they do is focus on people and try to tear down people. But I'm going to tell you, the one thing that I want us to do in this election, me don't want just beat them. Me want we beat them bad. Because me want to ensure that we win by over 3,000 votes to send them to them yard once and for all. So, Prime Minister, we getting ready. The engine a track, you know. The engine a tracker. Anytime you say put it in a drive, I will press gas. No, sir, we're going straight to the third term. So when you see them tomorrow and they say, how you see they go, tell them fly green again. When you see them Monday and they say you really have vote Labour, tell them fly green again. When election come and we are march out, tell them fly green again. Show Labour rights.
I wonder if we could exchange fly green to anybody else. I wonder if we could.
Go on, Liberal! Go on, Liberal! In 2015, I addressed a similar crowd right from this platform, having visited and had a lovely conversation with the owner of this establishment. I believe his name was Sandy.
National Party, the word is love. Comrades have traveled all the way from Kingston and coming to St. Elizabeth, to Junction, through Southfield, and into Black River. And when I come in Black River Square, and I look to the east, and I look to the west, I look to the north, and I look to the south, and PLP River come down, and come out. And I want to tell Jamaica that tonight I come in to expect to see Black River, but when I come in on the square, it's a Ring River that I encounter in a St. Elizabeth. And I sending a warning and a signal to the labor rights to let them know that St. Elizabeth are go nice again, because the people of St. Elizabeth say a Marky G and PNP time again. Comrades, as I stand here tonight, I am a perfect example of the mission and vision of Marky G and the People's National Party. In 1989, I got what many would regard as a fatal blow in life, in that I got blind through glaucoma, and many individuals thought that that was the end of my life. But as a true socialist, my mother instilled in me the value and importance of education. And so when blindness came, I packed my dulcimina and went to Kingston, got my education at my co-evening college, went to the University of the West Indies, completed a first degree, then I completed my master's and completed a PhD, and now I'm a professor at the University of the West Indies. And the leader called me and he said, Floyd, you know that I don't want to only have one Floyd Morris in Jamaica, because persons with disabilities are talented and I am about to unlock their potential, and we're going to set up a national disability fund to make sure that persons with disabilities can live out their dreams. And as a man who grew up with persons with disabilities, Marky G, whose father, Sir John Golding, was a pioneer in advocating for persons with disabilities. And that's why I have to work with my leader, because we are going to transform Jamaica and make it better for people living with disabilities across this country. And so we say to persons with disabilities, help is on the way, because we are going to make sure that you have access to education through the National Disability Fund. We are going to make sure that you are able to gain access to modern assistive technology so that you can go to school and that you can get gainful employment. And we say
We are going to improve sidewalks all across this country to make sure that wheelchair users can move around the communities in ease and style and fashion, because we say we must empower people with disabilities in Jamaica. And so I am a part of the visionary team put together by Marky G. Comrades, I'm here to tell you tonight that housing is trending. I'm here to tell you that housing is trending because from Marky G say him going to make sure that him rebrand the National Housing Trust and build more affordable houses, which the people start get busy and dizzy talking about housing. And over the weekend, I heard Mr. Uncertified saying that he might go build 60,000 houses in the next term. But I want to ask Mr. Uncertified tonight, what happened to the 70,000 houses that you promised to deliver to the Jamaican people? I want you to listen to me, because everything Mr. Uncertified say, you know say I'm not credible. Because I look back on the archives before I came here. And in 2023, he said that NHT was going to build 43,000 houses out of the 70. And he said that they were in an advanced state of building 35,000. And them are going to figure out how NHT are going to get the next 8,000. And him say that HHA was going to build 15,000 of those houses. When me add up 43 and 15,000 of 58,000 that me get, it not reach the 70,000 yet. And then me look at me see this here. Him say that NHT are going to be 19,000. And him say HHA are going to build 4,000. When me add that up at 23,000. But when you look on the data from Mr. Uncertified in Power from 2016, them just reached 21,000 houses. Look on the data as published by the National Housing Trust, and you will see say, I no lie fly it, I tell you. I want to say to Mr. Uncertified that you are not credible and you can't come back again, come fool the Jamaican people to say that you're going to build 60 more thousand houses. And I have to put my trust in a man, in a leader, who every time he put up in statutory declaration, he has been certified. That means that the man credible. And so when Marky G tell me say that him going to build 50,000 houses, me have to believe him. And when he said to us that those 50,000 houses that we are going to build, you're not going to pay for the land portion of that housing cost. So what that means is that when you have a house which costs $14 million, when we build it and it come out less than $10 million, That means right away you have equity of over $4 million. That is what the mortgagee housing plan is coming for the people of Jamaica.
Oh no.
Flags again, flags again, flags again.
One more name for him. Mr. Who? Mr. Uncertified. And when all of the ribbon them are cut, I'm going to try research where I get the doctor part from. Me said Dr. Ribbon Cutter. You so much near me, man. Dr. Ribbon Cutter. The next speaker is a man who is already working as member of parliament. He's doing the work in Western Westmoreland. A man who none of them can come drape up. A man who them can't talk loud to. The man himself, comrade Ian Hayes, member and Vice President of the People's National Party. Comrade Chairman, Comrade Party Leader, and next Prime Minister of Jamaica, Comrade General Secretary, my brother and friend, Comrade Dayton Campbell, Comrade candidates, comrades one and all, good night to each and every one of you. So, I got up this morning, and when I wake up this morning, I prayed for each and every one of you. Because in the next 6 weeks, you'll be walking in victory lane in the People's National Party. So, I speak on the portfolio of water. But my General Secretary said to me tonight, he want me to prosecute a case. And Comrade Donna said, I've been called to the bar of the People's National Party. So, party leader, I walk with some money in my pocket tonight. Because they talk about prosperity. So I walk with $1 US. Because all the prosperity in this country is tied
to this $1 US. So I'm going to take you tonight, I'm going to prosecute the case tonight from 2016 to 2025. So in 2016, the US dollar was 128. The Jamaican dollar, if you're buying the US dollar, you had to come up with $128.44. In 2017, it was $125. In 2018, it was $127.72. In 2019, it was $132.57. In 2020, it was $142.65. In 2021, it was $155.09. In 2022, it was in 2024, it was $156.42. And the year that they asked you for prosperity and to give them a third term, it was $160.36 in the year 2025. Comrade, on the 10th year of this government, just they have come to the people of this country and say to the people that you should give them a third term because there's prosperity on the land. Party leader, 47% of the people that collect remittance, that will not go to Western Union, go collect the little money. It has gone up by 5%. That means the little one I don't know where the family are sending the money from overseas. You have to send it more frequently because it has gone up by over 5%. 36% of Jamaicans, 1 in 3 Jamaicans live on the little money what them get from them family overseas. This election is not about choosing. I want you to follow me, you know. This election is not about choosing. Because each and every one of you in the crowd, if you look at your birth certificate, if you look at Mark Gordon's birth certificate, if you look at Dan Campbell's birth certificate, if you look at my birth certificate, it's a Jamaica, land of my birth. I want you to follow me. Comrades, last week while I was in Trelawney party leader, I made a mistake. I'm correcting it this week. So I came out with a bread last week. And the comrades them ball out and said to me, they said, it's $700 for your bread. Party leader, this year 1 year for $700. This year 1 year for $700. So in 2016 when the JLP took over, this bread was for $230.80. In 2025, this bread is for $700. I need a little help over here, you know. Oats. Look for the oats there for me. 200 grams of oats in 2016 when they told you prosperity. This cost $97.60. In 2025, it costs $230.80. This is your oats here. Search Island Dairy Milk, 1 liter. In 2016, this cost $236. In 2025, the year of prosperity, when they come to you to ask you for a third term, it costs $730. Toothpaste. In 2016, this cost $111. It now costs $330 in 2025. 25. Cornmeal. That's true, you're not party leader. In cornmeal in 2016, $78.40. In 2025, when they're asking you for a third term, this cornmeal costs $197, the price of double. Comrades, I want to go to eggs. 1 dozen egg in 2016 cost $280. In 2025, when they're asking you for a third term, the egg, 1 dozen egg costs $800. Corned beef, Grace corned beef that we love to eat with white rice. When I eat the corned beef, I eat it with white rice. Grace corned beef in 2016, $268.80. In 2025, when they're asking you for a third term, the same Grace corned beef has gone up 3 times. It now costs $645. $700? 700, all right. Comrades, I want to get to the oxtail, you know. Then I want to get to the oxtail. £2 of oxtail in 2016, the year of prosperity, cost $875. Today, that same £2 oxtail, the year that they're asking you for a third term, costs $3,650. It has gone up 4 times what it was in the year 2016. Saltfish. Comrades, I want you to hear me. Salt fish. Nothing is sweeter than salt fish. In 2016, saltfish was $1,108 a pound. Saltfish is now $1,940.63. Saltfish double in the year that they're asking you for a third term. Comrades, I had a liquor today, you know. Sham, I want you to take out the white rum for me. I want you to take out the white rum. I want you to take out the white rum tonight for me. So, in the year 2016, whether you were drunk or whether you were sober, the cost of white rum was $750 liters. The cost of white rum in the 10th year, when you're asking you for a third term, $3,069.35. Comrades, hold on. I don't drink the bum, you know. What you call it, bum? Take out the bum there for me if we go with the white rum, because we're going to have a drink tonight. We're going to have a drink. In 2016, the year of prosperity when it started, the bum was for $150. In the year when they're asking you for a third term, 2025, the bum now costs $450. That's what the bum now costs. Sham, for all the drivers out there that are driving, I want you to take up the 1 liter of 87 gas.
The one, yes, make it green. Make it green, comrade. Comrade, let me tell you the price of it. Because the orange one is on its way. Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight. Liter 87 octane in 2016 cost $111. In 2025, when they're asking you for a third term, that same gas now costs $208 a liter. And all I know who went through barrel down here with Miranda. All I know that went through barrel down here with Miranda and couldn't put zinc on the roof. I want you see the 6-foot sheet of zinc, yes sir? You know see the 6-foot sheet of zinc, right? In 2016, the year of this so-called misery prosperity, the zinc was between $961 and $1,182. In 2025, the year of 10 years of all of this prosperity, the zinc is now $2,650. It has gone up 3 times the amount that it was before in 2016. So the General Secretary called me today. Him say, Ian, you can't come here, come talk to the people, them want to talk about fertilizer. So I want Floyd Green to step to the front of the class right now. Step to the front of the class. In 2016, a bag of 1122 fertilizer cost $5,000. In the year 2025, when you're asking each and every one of you for a third term, that same bag of fertilizer now costs $11,000. And one thing you know, I love chicken. Finger licking good. I love chicken. 2 pounds of chicken in 2016 cost $900. 2 pounds of chicken. In 2025, when they're asking you for a third term, that chicken costs $2,250. The price of chicken has doubled under prosperity. And I want to get to the most important one of them all, the big deal. Take out the big deal there for me. See, I walk with the big deal tonight. I'm on walk. I walk with the big deal tonight. Champ, I want you to hold the mic for me. In 2016, you could buy this. In 2016, you could buy this for $900. I want you to follow me, you know. You could buy a whole chicken in 2016, the year of prosperity, for $900. The price of the big deal in 2025, 3-piece, the year of prosperity, is $1,420. So, in 2016, you could get one whole of chicken. Under the big deal plan, you can only get 3 pieces of chicken. Now you want to tell me that this is prosperity and this is they deserve a third term? Comrade, everything where you see me bring up here so tonight, everything where you see come up here so tonight,
$120.78. So in closing, as Comrade Donna has anointed me and called me to the bar party leader. In closing, comrade, prosperity can't name because you can't see it for name it. The economy can't name because you can't get it. Eat it. Prosperity is not prosperity. It is misery and it is hunger. Comrades, when each and every one of you go to the supermarket, if you look behind every cashier, we call it the put-back shelf. Most things when you pick up when you put back, on the shelf behind you. So I put the case to you tonight. As the children from the country.
Because Mark Gordon and the PNP are going to make things right. Comrades, the next speaker I'm about to call really needs no introduction. He's a hard worker for the PNP and a hard beater for the JLP. If beat them go, if beat them come, and if tell we say, up in the next month, up in the tomorrow, whenever the election call, live right, copy get to people. Then pick him up, then lick him down, him bounce right back, like a hard Comrades in the Black River, help me to welcome the one general in the north, the next agriculture minister, and member of parliament, the
Current leader and next Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Mark Jefferson Goldie, to all of the Blood and Fire comrades on the platform and the Blood and Fire comrades in the audience, greetings. We are in the middle of a campaign that the Prime Minister says is a battle for the minds of the people of Jamaica. And in this battle for the minds of the people of Jamaica, we have a Prime Minister that is seeking to deceive the people of Jamaica. And I have assigned myself to correct every false piece of information that he puts into the public space. I heard him recently, and the Prime Minister says that some people are drunk on power. I want to know who is drunk on power. Because there is a Prime Minister that has said to this country, he does not need any opposition. That sounds to me like somebody who is drunk on power. There is a Prime Minister who in 2020, in the middle of COVID, called an election 6 months early because he had an advantage. Now we are down to the wire, and he has his Minister of Constitution and Legal Affairs talking about December. Call the election now if you are not drunk on power.
About the potential of this area for agriculture and how it was difficult for the farmers because there was no irrigation. He reminded me that many years ago, probably about the year I was born, a former Prime Minister came up here and told the farmers that he's going to bring water here. And if they vote for him, the water will come. He will bring the water from the Black River and irrigate the Pedro Plains. That Prime Minister, I gather, was Michael Manley. Now, my father is from St.eliz, and everybody know who Mas June is. In fact, he insisted that when I was born, that I should be called Michael. But my mother said, no. And therefore my name is Andrew. But I was born the year that Michael Manley won, and so my name is Andrew Michael. So in a sense, I was marked for politics. Now, there are some people who are good at dreaming. Nothing wrong with that. You need people with ideas. And there are people who are very good at expressing ideas. They will tell you things and it sounds so good and it appeals to your heart as well as your brain. And you say, this makes sense. Nobody could argue with the dream of irrigating the plains of Pedro, of bringing water in from the Black River so that the farmers in this area can realize their true potential. Nothing is wrong with that. I share that dream as well. You would have heard Floyd sharing that dream. You have Frank Witter here as well, shares that dream. I think everybody here shares that dream. But in as much as you need dreamers and people with vision, you also need the people who can turn vision into reality. So I am not here to quarrel with anybody or bring down anybody or disrespect anybody. What I am here to do is to say to you, the people of Flagaman, the people of St. Elizabeth, that the administration that you have now is the administration that has been turning your dreams and aspirations, your hopes and ambitions into reality. So we had the launch, the groundbreaking of the Pedro Plain irrigation project. Minister Green would have told you it is a massive project. $26 billion will be invested in that project. It will bring water from the Black River. It involves the construction of 3 reservoirs, several pumping stations, the installation of major water mains and the laterals leading off. The good thing with this project is that it also has an energy component. 9 megawatts of electricity will be generated from solar. It's a massive project. The largest irrigation project in Jamaica's history. I feel proud that it is my administration who will bring this dream that was articulated by Michael Manley and others over 50 years ago. And as I prepare to address the launch and groundbreaking of the project, you know, I like to do some research. So I went and I dug up an old article, and I want you to listen to this very carefully. Useful information for you to have as voters. It says, the Minister of Water and Housing, Donald Buchanan. And here you remember Donald Buchanan? Says that the upgrading of the Greater Pedro Plains irrigation water system is on track and will come on stream in June of next year. We are committed to the farmers of southern St. Elizabeth, and that is why we want to ensure that we provide adequate amount of water for them to do their farming, Minister Buchanan said.
Water must flow, and no longer should your water have color in southwest St. Elizabeth. We're pushing for the expansion of the irrigation in areas where you have major agricultural zones. Me hear them attack one whole bag of thing and I cut off picnic ribbon, all sort of things. But how them a start expansion, and I know them the talk say I'm done it, but bring irrigation more if you're gonna expand it, brother, you got to talk who first claim it, brother, because we are thinking rights to people who initiate things. We don't disrespect we pass, because you won't have any future in southwest St. Elizabeth. Places like Flagaman, Congo Hole, Windad and Slide need water in the pipe. And our farmers can't grow if the land is dry. I'm here one bag of talk about trucking water. Every single year, Southwest suffers from drought. Every single year, we have to put in a
while addressing the annual PNP Division Conference for the Brampton Division at the Brampton Primary School on Sunday, June 19. This was in 2005. Mr. Buchanan explained that areas such as Beacon, anybody know there? Yes. Little Park, yes. Newcomb Valley, yes. Newell, yes. Crossroads, yes. Flagaman, yes. Richpen, yes. and Big Woods yes. are expected to benefit from improved water supply for agricultural purposes once the system scheme is completed. With this upgrading and expansion, more than 500 farmers in the southern belt of St. Elizabeth would be better positioned to increase their production of fresh fruits and vegetables. He told the conference that for far too long, the lack of water for agricultural purposes had hampered the production capacity of the hard-working farmers of the parish. You see what I tell you about dream? You see what I tell you about people who they are very good at articulating it, but they are not good at implementing it. Jamaica is not short of bright people. Jamaica is not short of well-educated, smart people. What we lack is the ability to implement things, to get it done. And this government is the only government that can say we have the best record of getting things done. We have the best record of taking on the big problems, the big challenges. We have the unchallenged record of taking on what was considered to be the intractable problems. We have the record of getting it done. Whether it is the national debt, we take it on, we cut it in half, we move it from 130% to right now is at 68%. Whether it is crime and violence, right now, St. Elizabeth has a 62% reduction in murders. Nationally, we have more than a 42% reduction in murders. And it's not just this year. In 2023, we had a 7.5% reduction in murders. In 2024, we had a 19% reduction in murders. And this year, we are at about 42% reduction in murders. Effectively, a problem that many of you think we could never get on top of, with a murder rate in the top 5 highest in the world, at somewhere about 49 per 100,000. We cut that in half now. Our murder rate annualized would be somewhere about 20 to 25 per 100,000. Big problem that people think would never be solved. Unemployment, 13% when we take it over. Unemployment is now down to 3.5%. Poverty as high as 16%. We cut that in half, 8%. Big problems, we take them on. And we have shown the results. And so we are taking on this big problem of irrigating our lands, so that you, the people who own it and who farm it, can get the full benefit from it. You know, we have about 90,000 acres of what they call irrigable land, meaning land that we can put water on it and farm it. Since we have been in office, 45,000 of that is irrigated. Almost 50% irrigated.
And I want to warn the Prime Minister from down a Black River. 5 years expire on September 3. And we now go 1 day past September 3 because we're ready to vote you out now. And if you are not drunk and pride of power, sir, you will call the election. Why are you running? Why are you hiding? You can run, Mr. Prime Minister, but anywhere you run go, you have to get a beating. You must get a beating. You have to get a beating. East. No. Me is a youth we grew up in a church, you know. I know for respect and show reverence to God Almighty. I don't claim to be perfect. I make mistakes at times, but me is a youth who know to pay reverence to a true and living God. I hear them keep gospel concert. And the biggest forward them get is when them tap the mic and play a lewd busy signal song. And I want to say to them tonight, let me take you into some real scriptures. Be not deceived, Labour Party, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that also shall he reap. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, that is saying he's not in a race to the bottom, has his MPs and his mayors and his supporters tearing down billboard left, right and center, and he has not called on them to start tearing down the poster boards. When he went to Montego Bay, the Prime Minister went on stage with the mayor of Montego Bay and was up there giving tacit approval. Hear him, Mr. Mayor, I see you taking down billboards. We had to go to court for the court to tell them to leave the posters alone. And he now says that he's not in a race to the bottom and he wants to have a clean campaign. The Prime Minister that changed the law to literally neuter the office of the political ombudsman. So we are now in a contest without a referee to safeguard and protect the democratic process. Is saying he's not in a race to the bottom. I realize that it seems as if some are afraid to call him out on his hypocrisy. The same man, this same individual, is the one who has members in his party saying they will not surrender Jamaica to the People's National Party. I want to tell Brother Desmond something. Nobody surrenders from a position of advantage. When you surrender is when you're under beating. So the mere fact that you considering surrendering says that you know that when the election calls, you have to get a beating. This Prime Minister says that he is the standard bearer for Jamaica. That he is setting the standards in Jamaica. The Prime Minister, his political career was born in sin and shapen in iniquity. This man that says that he is setting Jamaica is the same man that the Gleaner wrote an headline. Prime Minister Holness has not explained movement of millions of dollars among connected companies. That is the man that said he must set standards in a Jamaica. They wrote another headline. Holness income and assets for 2021 not yet certified, says the Integrity Commission. They wrote another headline. Holness fixed use of charity funds to buy personal assets after Integrity Commission raised questions. This is the man that now said he must set standards. It never done there, so. Company linked to PM Holness files zero tax return, yet loan of $20 million given. It never done there, so. Him decide to carry Integrity Commission, got court, go force them to sign in declaration. Headline, court refuses to compel Integrity Commission to approve PM financials. The issues that the Labour Party said them have with Mark Golding are issues about the color of his skin, even though our motto says out of belly. You know what? The issues that they have with Mark Golding is that they make up a lie, say no born here, and then know say born right here, so in a Jamaica, up a UC hospital. The issues that we are having with Holness are much more fundamental issues to the future of our country. And so, comrades, I want to introduce to you our leader, our next Prime Minister. And I'm going to take a minute and just describe the man to you. A few years ago, in Jamaica, they were arresting people for the possession of small quantities of marijuana, ganja, herb. Even if it's one spliff, a spliff tail. There was a parliamentarian that stood up and said, no more, this can't go on. And that came after the police arrested Mario Dean and they beat him in the jail cell and killed him. Mark Jefferson Golding, as Minister of Justice, piloted the legislation in the Parliament to decriminalize the personal use of marijuana. Hold on. All of these young men that police used to draw, haul and pull, and them used to get criminal record, understand that what used to go on can't go on no more because Mark Jefferson Golding decriminalized that. I am talking to you about a social justice champion. When we talk about electing a leader, we want somebody that can go to the parliament, can read the legislation that comes to the parliament and ensure that the legislation that is approved is something that will not be oppressive to the people of this country, won't take away your rights. Mark Golding, when he was Minister of Justice, with Portia Simpson Miller as Prime Minister, he passed over 120 pieces of legislation in 4.5 years. Ask any one of them. Ask any one of them. And they will tell you when the camera turn off that the best legislator in the parliament is Mark Jefferson Golding. Just recently, they brought a bill there to tax the poor people who set up a local Airbnb to make a money out of tourism industry. It was Mark Golding that stood up and defended the rights of the working poor of this country and had to remove the bill. I'm talking to you about a legislator extraordinary. Few years ago, bombs were dropping in Ukraine. War started between Ukraine and Russia. We had some students in Ukraine. They reached out and they asked for help to come back home to their families. The government, with Mr. Uncertified, decided that they were going to offer loans to the students. It took a caring, compassionate human being like Mark Golding to go in his personal account, take out the money and send it to the students to bring them back home safely to their families. I am talking to you about a caring leader. Few years ago, the Prime Minister went to Parliament and said that people, gangs, criminals were selling lands over in Portmore and building houses and that he can't go on and he must go over there, go demolish it. The Prime Minister sent people go over there, go take bulldoze and lick down the poor people's homes. After that, some people up in Luanasville that got land from Mike and Manley time, they decided that they were going to throw them off the land. It took Mark Golding to get a lawyer to get injunction against this government so they can't throw poor people off the land. I am talking to you about a man for the people. 36 years ago, Mark Golding, having gone into the inner city, Augusta, found himself a Nubian goddess, a black empress, and he made that woman into his wife. Never since has his name been called on anything other than Sandra Golding. I am talking to you about a committed family man in Mark Golding. And so when I hear them out there talking about this and talking about that, Mark Golding don't even drink, so let them steal them run off their mouth, because there are some that are attracted for the love of power. Mark Golding is attracted by the power of love. Make welcome Black River, the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, the President of the People's National Party, Mark Jefferson Golding.
Comrade chairpersons in the meeting. Under the light up here, we have two councillors, DJ and Comrade Artie. All of the comrades on the platform. General Secretary, big up yourself. Yeah, man. No love and thing every time. Comrades, workers, warriors, foot soldiers, supporters, when we come in a Black River tonight, this is the Burn Orange River, TNT, bang to bang in a Black River. What an energy.
We have a further 6,000 hectares of land that are either going to be irrigated, they are in planning, or has started. And that includes the hectares for the Pedro Plain. When the Pedro Plain is done, in total, we will have about 57% of all our irrigable land under irrigation. Our objective is not to stop there. Our objective is to get all our irrigable land irrigated. Because the ultimate objective, my friends and family of flagamans and adjoining communities, is for Jamaica to become self-sufficient in food production. And for that to happen, we must make sure that all our arable lands are irrigated as much as possible.
Oh, what a beauty I see before my eyes. I am so proud of where our party has reached as we march on to progress. Comrade, time come and time will come, because the PNP is now an unstoppable force in this land of Jamaica. People want change, people want progress, they want to live better in their lives, and it is the People's National Party that is going to deliver that change. Comrades and friends, we have before us tonight the 4 candidates for the 4 constituencies here in St. Elizabeth. We have assembled a wonderful team to represent the people of St. Elizabeth in Garden House in Parliament. Starting in the north, in the northeast, we have a wonderful attorney at law, a brilliant woman, a woman who can talk for you, a woman who has plans for you. I say, hail up, Jamaica Tech. When I move over to Northwest, we have a principal of a school, a heart to call, lady of the soil, Patricia Scarlett. She's already occupying the MP, and the people up there want to see change. When I look down in the south to southeast, we have brought in a man of experience, one of the top players in the country, a man who knows how to run things properly, a man who can get things done. Then say, stop in the happy. I know you will make you happy. Norman Scott. And of course, Black River. Down south here in Southwest, we have a true champion, a warrior for the people. She's not send you out. She's not leave your pocket. She's not gonna rip you off. She's gonna serve you well. She's gonna represent you well. She's gonna stand up for your rights and stand up for your best interests. Miranda Wellington. Comrades, it is now in your hands to make the change that you want to see. I have every confidence that you will do so. That in election day, on election day, you will make sure you act in your best interest in the best interest of your family, in the best interest of your community and of your parish and of Jamaica, and bring home these 4 wonderful comrades to represent you, to walk up few streets with me and sit down in the parliament beside me, where we will be forming the next government of Jamaica. And comrades, we're not seeking power for power's sake. Power will never drug me, come in a rundown power. Power is a tool to uplift the people of this country, and it must be in the hands of somebody who can be trusted to use it responsibly, not to abuse your rights, not to rip off the people. That is why
you are agents in this. You are important to it. Because ultimately, you will decide, you will choose whether or not you buy a dream that sounds good, or you choose a political party, a government, a leader who can turn dreams into reality. That is what it comes down to. After all the political gimmicks is done, who say them a warrior? Who say them a war boat? Who say if a war them war? Well, as you know, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So, I am not in any war with anybody. I come here not to war for the 3rd term. I have been working to earn your support for the 3rd term. Nothing has been handed to me free in my life. Everything I have had to work hard for it. And so I am under no illusion that somehow a 3rd term is going to be just gifted to me, or I am entitled to it. Because I know, regardless of how hard I have worked, though I can show a resume of achievement, voting is not a logical exercise.
we have had to be standing up for the people in so many ways. We've had to stand up to prevent the abuse of states of emergency when they were using it like confetti and detaining thousands of youths and putting their life through hell and making them lose their work and criminalizing them in many instances. And we said, no, that is not the purpose of the state of emergency. It is in the Constitution to protect the state from being subverted in a crisis. It is not a new form of curfew or a new policing tool. And we took them to court, and we stood up in Parliament and stopped it from being extended. And the court agreed with us, and the court ruled that it was unconstitutional, and that every single one of the over 25 states of emergency declared because of Andrew Holness were null and void, illegal and unconstitutional. And comrades, as the General Secretary has said, as Minister of Justice, I saw the ganja issue as a human rights issue and as an economic rights issue. A human rights issue, because from I was a youth, I know and I have seen so many youths hauled and pulled by police because them have a little draw of weed, or a little spliff in them hand, or in them jaw corner, or a Rasta man of him chalice, or him chillum pipe, and he must say yes to Jah and praise ye Jah. and the police want to lock him up for that. And I said no. And when they killed Marioline in jail, over a split jail, I said it has to stop. And we brought legislation and we decriminalized the personal use of ganja. And the policeman can't do that to you again. And the economic rights was the other part of it. Because we say ganja should be uplifting the people. The small farmers who build the industry and help to build the brand of Jamaica around ganja, which is an internationally respected brand. And so we created a regime for medicinal and therapeutic ganja with the man, the little small man, the little small farmer, very much in the center of our consciousness. And then we lose the 2016 election and the Labour right took it over. And they don't believe in it, and they don't understand it. And the thing has been a complete waste of an opportunity. But when the next People's National Party government is formed, it will be a new day for ganja farmers in Jamaica, because we intend to complete our mission of liberation and upliftment and using ganja for the benefit of the whole world.
The case I would be to stand here today. Voting is also about emotions, how people feel. It's about history, what people have been committed to for decades, what their family stands for. And so we can't take it for granted or come with arrogance to believe that because we have achieved, it is an automatic that people will support us. So all of you who have gathered here to hear my message, you have a duty. You have a role. There has to be a conversation between you and your PMP friend. There has to be a discussion, whether it is going to be at the bar, in the workplace, in the market, on the bus, after church, about the future of your country, because you cannot leave up the future of your country to uncertainty. What we are certain about is that this government has been able to turn the dreams and aspirations and ambitions that we all want into the reality that we also want to see. So we can't give up the certainty of this administration for promises, as I call them, horses that can fly but never have flown. So, the good people who have gathered here, I say to you that you have supported a government that has done well. You have supported a government that has delivered significantly. But the work is not yet done. There is still much more to be done. I offer myself to you because I still believe strongly that I have the vision, I have the ability, but more than that, I have the capability, and I have the demonstrated track record of getting things done and getting them done well.
Comrades, our platform is built on addressing the real issues affecting the Jamaican people. We realize that our educational advancement is being undermined because so many of our children are not attending school 5 days a week. They're not attending school because their parents struggle with the lunch money, or their parents struggle with the cost of transportation. And that is why we have the ease and we have the rise, The ease is to say every needy child in school in Jamaica will get the benefit of a hot, nutritious meal every day under the People's National Party government. $9 billion a year more to make that happen. And most of that money will be spent with our farmers, because it's our farmers who are going to produce the food to feed our children in this country, and they can learn. And we have the right program because we recognize that the cost and availability of transportation is a real hindrance to many, many parents. And for those, we have 20,000 families that are going to benefit from our right program when we roll it out. $500 per day, $2,500 per week, $10,000 per month for that family to help cover the cost of transportation. So yes, we want a bus system, we want safe buses, we want reliable buses, but buses alone can't do it, because we know the terrain of Jamaica, where it's up and down, enough bad road. So we have to have a proper plan that can reach each and every one, and that is what the PNP plan will do, because we want to make Jamaica move forward, and all our children must have the opportunity. That's why we come with the First in Family program. We realize that education is the best antidote to poverty. And we don't want to see a situation where a family hands down poverty from one generation to the next. It's been going on for too long in this country. So we have the First in Family program. We're under the next PNP government. If you are the first person in your family ever to be attending university or college, the PNP government will give you a full scholarship to uplift you, so you can pay forward and uplift your brothers and sisters and your family members and take them out of poverty too. And then when it comes to the Student Loan Bureau, we're going to cap your monthly payment at an affordable percentage of what you actually earn. And if there's a time when you're not working, we're going to suspend the obligation to pay so your credit record don't get spoiled up. We are thinking about the students of this country and young people, and we want to make it safe and attractive for them to invest in their own education, and the Student Loan Bureau will be reformed to achieve that. When it comes to housing, Floyd Morris tell you about our plans. We intend to build 50,000 houses in 5 years, affordable houses, using public lands that are not suitable for agriculture. At least 500 houses in every constituency. And when we build those houses, we're going to make sure they come to you at an affordable price, because we're not going to charge you no money for the land value at all. So when you buy the house, you're getting a value above what you're paying, of $2 to $3 or even $4 million. That is what the PNP government will do to uplift the people of this country in housing. And we have the rent-to-own scheme. We have the rent-to-own plan, because we recognize that so many of our people are informally employed and they don't have a pay slip every fortnight or every month to prove them income. There could be a farmer, a taxi driver, a hairdresser, a cosmetologist, a small shop owner. They want to get access to a loan to buy their house or to improve them home. But right now they can't prove their income, so they're not eligible for the loan. We have the rent to own. You can go into one of those affordable houses as a tenant, and you pay the rent, which will be equal to what the mortgage would be. And after a few months, we think 6 months is appropriate. We will say, you have made your 6 months of payments. You have proved yourself worthy. You don't need to have no pay slip. We will treat you as having proved your income. Here is the loan. Draw it down. Buy the house. Move from being a tenant to an owner and own your piece of the rock. We recognize that the youth of this country are very, very talented in creative industries and cultural industries, whether it be musicians and players of instruments, singers and songwriters, sound engineers, artists who paint, people who make craft out of clay, craft out of wood, craft out of straw, people who produce graphics in the world of the internet and our influencers and so on. We are establishing a fund for them, $1 billion, and we're going to top it up every year so that we can push the creative industries and push the cultural economy and transition Jamaica from being dependent on where we are now to a better life where our people can flourish in so many areas of economic activity. We need to create a strong economy in this country so that value can be created right here and wealth can be distributed fairly and equitably across the whole nation. That is what the People's National Party's economic policy is about. Right now, we have a Prime Minister who is Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation. But what we are seeing is economic stagnation. And the youth's them future is in jeopardy. And we have to do something about it. That's why the PNP must come forth with our training programs, our education programs, our housing programs, our agricultural programs to make sure the economy is strong, fully integrated. We have the Agricultural Development Fund. We want to take a portion of the tax that is earned now from imported food, put that into a fund for the farmers and the fishermen so that they can get the benefit of those resources, whether it be through the PC banks, whether it be farm roads, storage facilities, whether it be irrigation systems for water harvesting, whether it be proper netting for the fishermen and their boat engines, all of these things. This is what that fund will be for. We want to liberate our farmers so they can produce. We're in the era of climate crisis. We're in the era of food insecurity. 55% of Jamaican people, that is 55 out of 100, are suffering from moderate to severe food insecurity. What that mean? They're not getting the right food. They're not getting enough food. That's why we have so much diabetes, which is sugar, so much hypertension, which is pressure, so much stroke, and those things. We must feed our people nutritious food. We must empower our farmers to produce, and we can produce for our people here and many other countries around the world, because our food is the best food. We have the best yam, the best scallion, the best thyme, the best ginger, the best coffee, and of course so many other things, including the best ganja. Jamaica is known for that, and we must set our farmers free and liberate agriculture to be a mainstay of the economy. And you know, I am aware that there are some Jamaicans who are not interested in the politics, and they don't trust politicians, and they would like to see constitutional reform to make the system better. And I say to them, the next PNP government is going to take the issue of constitutional reform seriously. We're going to establish a process which involves civil society in all its forms in the center of the process. And we will not just confine ourselves to the things that were agreed between the parties 30 years ago. We will look at things like fixed election dates, because what is going on now with the uncertainty and how destabilizing it has been for business people, not to mention ordinary Jamaicans, we can see the merit in fixed election dates. Whether it be impeachment, to hold our public officials accountable, so that if them go on with hanky-panky or them beat a lady in a car park with a stool, they're not supposed to be able to come and run for no election. That is a disgrace on the Jamaica Labour Party and an offense to the women of this country. We will look at a myriad of things when it comes to reform. Even the gag clause in the Integrity Commission Act, we are prepared to look at modifying that so it's a better balance between protecting reputations and ensuring transparency in public life. We are open to dialogue. We would like to see a better politics, a better system of governance, a more modern and uplifting form of running the country where everybody feels they can be part of it, because participatory democracy is a hallmark of the approach of the People's National Party. It has been that way from we were formed in 1938 by O.T. Fairclough and Norman Washington Manley and the other founders of the party, right through Michael Norman Manley, to PJ Patterson, to Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller, to Peter David Phillips, right through. We have believed in those principles, and I'm on Martin G. Intend to be a practitioner, not just preaching, but practicing the word and the gospel of modern progressive politics from Lift Jamaica and set Jamaica free. Black River, you're running like an orange river tonight. Are you ready for the People's National Party? Are you ready for your tour along the candidates in St. Elizabeth? Are you ready for Martin G to be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica? You sound like you're ready. You look like you're ready. The vibes feel like you're ready. Power to the people. Power to the people. One love, comrade. The word is down. God bless you all.
Jamaica, we are the winning team. Jamaica, arise.
Thanks that I still have fairly good health. You know, I can still do a little running. I can still lift up a little heavy weight. In 2015, you know, myself and Wheatley, we do 15 push-ups on the platform in Spanish Town. You remember?
And I won.
Well. And I know if I challenge Wheatley, no, he can't beat me. So we are ready. We are ready to continue. We are ready to serve the people. We are ready to continue the achievements. With your support, we will give one more term on them. We give God thanks for life. We give God thanks for wisdom. We humbly accept the support of the people. We don't come to you with any arrogance. We lay ourselves on the mercy of your judgment as to whether or not we have performed and whether or not in the balance of probabilities we will do better and we will continue to improve if you should decide to give us the opportunity to serve you. That is how we come to you. It is entirely your decision. And as I stand here, I encourage you to choose what is best for you, Choose what is best for your community. Choose what is best for Jamaica. And I am of the view that the Jamaica Labour Party is best for you, your community, and Jamaica. God bless you, love you, and thank you.